Okay, so my favorite memory of high school is definitely freshman year when we had fire alarms that you could pull and someone pulled them like 10 times in 1 week and we all got to go outside like every day and enjoy the sun. So that was my favorite memory.
My favorite memory is actually a whole bunch of like little memories that I've compiled over the last 4 years, and they all have to do with Coach Nix. Just every time I see Coach Nix in the halls, he has so much joy and life in him. It really motivates me, and that is something that will definitely impact me for years to come.
I think my favorite memory was I see the school play every year, and I think my favorite one was seeing Legally Blonde with Rachel Kramer, especially the bend and snap, Peyton, Gunther, and Dawson. That was absolutely hilarious.
My favorite memory from high school was being in all of the shows. My favorite was Legally Blonde when I was a senior. From senior year, my favorite memory was being Legally Blonde. I really felt bonded with the cast and I made some of my best friends.
I would say my favorite memory from high school would be when my whole class got together, even though he told us not to, and did a surprise Christmas party for Mr. Shower, especially because his wife Amy later told me that in all of his years of teaching, no one has ever done that for him, so that was really cool.
I would say that my favorite memory from high school was probably during, I want to say it was the spring assembly. I got to cut off Mr. Baker's hair, Tony. That was probably my favorite memory.
Favorite memories from Wilsonville High School is just an accumulation of a lot of stuff over the past 4 years that I will miss like with my whole heart.
I think my favorite memories from high school is from leadership freshman year, just like working with the upperclassmen, and my brother was a junior at the time and he was in my class, so it was just fun doing different things around the school and being involved. And I worked with Mr. Wildcat that year, so it was fun just working with all the seniors and just kind of goofing around.
Biggest achievement was definitely when I was a junior and I got to go to cross-country state because I had tried the year before, but I had an iron deficiency, so I couldn't make it. And then that next year, my junior year, I had to try really hard and I barely made it, but I had the race of my life and was able to be on the team so I could run at state, which was really exciting.
I don't want to be too stereotypical, but probably the International Science Fair I just did. I got second in my category of Material Sciences, which was pretty cool. Just the international aspect of it was absolutely amazing. There's kids from all around, Singapore and Malaysia and Australia and just all these places and countries I can't even pronounce. It was a really good experience.
My biggest achievement in high school was passing the AP Calculus test because I really struggled with that class all of the whole year, and then when I got the scores in July, I did a huge happy dance. I was so excited.
I would say my greatest achievement in high school is, even though I'm not going, getting into Berkeley. I really didn't think I was going to get in, and that was my highest reached school, so I'm really proud of myself that I got in.
My greatest achievement in school was probably this year. I won a national Scholastic Key for a fashion piece that I submitted. I was actually the first student ever from our high school to win a Scholastic Key in fashion.
I would say my biggest achievement in high school is everything I've done with the journalism program my senior year. I've done the Wildcat Recap consistently this entire year and written articles and helped in the newspaper, and it's been something I've really, really enjoyed.
My biggest accomplishment in high school is getting first place in microbiology and the district fair, and then second place at the state fair. It was really cool to see hard work pay off and that my project did well and compared to lots of really good projects.
I think one of my biggest achievements in high school is kind of creating something out of something I enjoy, starting WBN Radio, broadcasting baseball, the varsity baseball team.
I would say the hardest thing I went through in high school was when I had an iron deficiency. I felt really bad and I had a really hard time being able to run at the speed that I was and with all the people that I used to run with, and it took me months and months of running every day to get back to where I was, but I'm glad that I kept pushing so that I could get to where I was the next year and go to state and do really well in track and stuff?
Hardest thing I went through in high school was probably heart surgery for sure. It was a really trying time in my life. It tested me as a person a lot, but eventually I came to see how it brought forth a lot of fruit and caused a lot of growth in my life, and it eventually shaped me into who I am today.
I'd say the hardest thing that I had to go through in high school was ending junior year 3 weeks early to have brain surgery. It was something that was really tough, but I learned a lot of lessons from it, and I became a stronger person from it.
The hardest thing I went through in high school was AP Calculus. I struggled so bad. It was just terrible. I couldn't understand anything, and I had to keep coming in for help, so that was really tough.
I would say the hardest thing I went through in high school was having to decline all the universities that I got into, including Berkeley, so yeah, it was pretty hard.
So my favorite class was definitely when I had Sunquiz for World History freshman year, because I was really laid back and I didn't really know a lot of people, so I got to make a lot of new friends and just have a really fun time. And we did a lot of fun projects, and it wasn't too hard and it wasn't too serious, which was really fun.
Probably AP Chemistry with O'Connell. A lot of people think it's a really hard class, and it is, but it's absolutely hilarious because O'Connell is a pretty funny person, and he dealt with a lot of my crap just coming into school every day before school for my projects and stuff. We just teased a lot, and he's a really fun person to talk to.
My favorite class was this year AP Bio with Mr. Schuster. It was such a fun class, and all the stuff I learned I thought was really valuable and helped me next year in college and more years to come. And Mr. Schuster was a really fun teacher, and he's taught me a lot of things.
Vietnam in the 60s with Kevin Gui is my favorite class in high school for sure. A lot of field trips, guest speakers, and then fun activities like the egg toss with Gui, which we won, and the grenade toss, which I didn't win. But Mr. Gui made every single day in class really fun to be in and interesting to learn about. Yeah.
My favorite class was Spanish 4 with Miss Armstrong. She's such a sweet person, and she was like a mother figure to me, and so I really enjoyed getting to know her a lot better.
I would say that my favorite staff member would be Miss Escobar, just because she is a big mother figure in my life, and she's helped me through a lot of times when I didn't have my mom there for me. So yeah, she's helped a lot.
My favorite teacher is hands down Miss Hamer. She's really been with me all 4 years of high school because I did Link Crew, APUSH, and AP Gov. I just also knew her for a long time beforehand because my brother had her. I don't know, she's just really funny. She's made my high school experience a lot nicer and a lot smoother, and I really enjoyed just having her around, I guess.
I would say my favorite class, or my favorite teacher, I guess, if you want to say, that would be my AP English class junior year. It was super fun. We had Mr. Fitz, and we just had between the food days and the tests and everything, it was a blast. And that's a class I love taking and I learned the most from.
My favorite teacher in high school is definitely Jeff Dieter. I'm glad I got to have him before he stopped teaching, and I had him freshman and sophomore year. I learned a lot from him and really enjoyed his classes. That's a wrap. Let's go Cats, we graduated.